Well, hello there. I'm going to show you how to distress wood. So, first thing is finding the wood. I like to find the knots. I don't care if it has this going on, because we're going to beat the living crap out of it. So, first thing I do is I like to make like little saw marks, and I do that with this guy. Actually, I usually do it with that guy, but for the sake of ease of this video, I'm just going to do it with this. But if you do a lot of wood, you're going to want to use that. So what's important is you have it to where the drill's turning to the right, like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to go this way with it. As you can see, if you get a close-up, you can see the scratch marks on the wood. So, and then you want to reverse it. So, show them reverse. So I'm going to reverse it so it's going the other way, and I'm going to flip the drill, and so it's going to make an X in the pattern. And you're doing two things. Two things is happening. You're making these marks, and the grain is a lot harder material than the actual interior wood itself. So I'm going to quickly do this. There you go. Be careful. So keep in mind, if you want to get close here, you can kind of see this grain starting to pop out. If you rub your nail across it, you can actually feel it. It's higher than the actual wood itself. And again, I use that because I have more control, having the handle on the drill. But there's a little piece of wood I'm just doing a video. So from here, I like to roughen up the edges. The edges, especially the sides that are going to be shown and seen. So I just take a chisel.
It's a file.
Or a file. Or, and I just kind of just go at it. Just don't worry about it. You can just speed it up. You can go light. Doesn't matter, I'm just flicking wood everywhere. Okay, and let me see if I can get some of the sides. Oh, and you're supposed to wear safety glasses. So also with the file, I like to just do some beating up just randomly, and you can actually start poking a little bit of holes, and you can take it, put it flat, and just whack it. Make sure you go different directions. You can even take the file and go that way if you want. You can take the rounded end and go dig it deeper. So anyway, this is pretty good as far as with the file. Now I go into my bag of tricks. I'll take out this bad boy. Now what's cool is if you take the other end of this screw, it kind of puts a neat little dent in it. If you can see, like, it's doing little stuff like that. You can beat it flat against it. You can just do the tip of it. Either way, I just like to beat it up with both sides. And if you have a couple different sides or sizes, okay. Now I'm going to Now you can, when you beat it with one of these, it's probably best to put it on the ground, but I'm not going to because I'm not going to beat it too hard. This has a lock on it. It's actually kind of cool because you can actually, it'll make a different beating every time. Different, I don't know, look. But I like this thing because it does a rounder. Alright, so pretty much good. Again, this is heavily distressed, so a lighter distressing, we just go a little bit, not as much. This I'm kind of made. It's kind of archaic, but it's got screw heads on the end. Kind of makes that wormhole look, you know, so I generally like to just tap it, but I'm going to beat it up pretty good. And to just basically beat up one side really good and just kind of move on. So you want to see all the little wormy holes. So I'm going to put this down. All right, now, oh, forgot. So I also scratch this guy. So I take it, put it down, scratch away, scratch, scratch. You can go down with it if you want. Now that's heavily distressed. So then, this is basically ready for stain. So I'm gonna fire this up. Always wear safety glasses. So when I'm sanding, I want to try and get, it's a little rough right here, but this is good right about here. But I'm going to try and just kind of clean up just a little bit. This one, get the edges really good. Okay, so that's how you distress it. Now I'm going to do a quick little deal on how I physically stain. I'm going to try this. I haven't tried this redwood yet. It's actually indoor-outdoor. I might do it on a deck or something. So what I kind of like to do, there's a couple different ways I like to stain. Well, first of all, I always use a rag. I just put my fingers, a couple fingers in there and just go at it. But in this scenario, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to take a little bit of black spray paint. When I stain, either I stain really hard and it's just one big stain, or just kind of getting the edges a little bit. So it gives it kind of a cool burnt look. Not all of it, just a little bit. So anyway, I stain it by with my two fingers on a rag, and sometimes I leave these little holes that we made open. Now it's up to you, because if you want to do it indoors, that's fine, but if it's outdoors, you probably want to go pretty deep. I'm going to actually not use this stain, because I'm going to try it, so who cares. But it looks a little bit thicker than I normally like, but we'll give it a shot. So here's how I do it. Oh, my assistant is making sure that I'm doing the right thing, because it really stains. Gloves. All right. So I'm going to do a light one Just real light, so you're touching it lightly with the stain, and this looks really thick. So I need some more. Actually, this is a kind of cool stain. You know, make sure you get the sides, especially if you're doing a barn door. Even if you're doing a door of some sort, you still have to go back and generally touch up some spots. So again, I'm not going too deep with this at all, or thick. I'm just really just rubbing it on lightly. And you can kind of see what the spray paint does. Just kind of gives it an extra little character. So now, if you look really close at this, you can see how I kind of left these holes open, and it actually is, from a distance, a cool look. Now what you can do, now if you want to go heavy, it's fine. You're just going to get rid of all that three-dimensional look of the actual clear wood. And so I'm going to go a little bit heavier, which means you can go heavier on the first coat, or if you go light twice, that's fine. Oh, the light went out. That's lovely. On a motion sensor, so I haven't been moving, or my assistant. We're really lazy. So this was just a regular piece of wood, and I just beat the living crap out of it. Showed you how I did it, and this is what it ends up looking like. It's just a really cool piece of wood. And you can kind of see inside here with this being raised up that it really puts off a good effect. Now, another way I stain also is sometimes I go heavy and then I'll wipe it off. So you can see now the grain is coming through a little bit more. You don't have to do this. You can totally have left it the way it was. It lightened it up a little bit, and now you can truly see the wood. So that is how David Hagen does this.